What is going on, everybody? Right now we are going to take a look at iOS 12, the official version on the iPhone 10. Now, a lot of people are asking me to do a battery test and everything, and I'm going to do those. As you can see, all these iPhones back here. I'm testing the batteries right now to see how long they last on iOS 12, and those videos are going to be uploaded on this channel. So if you're already on this channel, you're already in the clear. But I'm going to do the battery test from now on this channel, so I don't really put them on the main channel. This is going to be more like iOS stuff. But iOS 12 has been pretty good, and if you guys aren't familiar on how to upgrade, all you have to do is go into settings, go into general, click software update, and it'll show you right here whether you're up to date or whether there's an update. And if there is an update, you just go ahead and click download and install. Then you'll be pretty much good to go from there. But iOS 12 was a humongous bug fix in and of itself. There were a lot of features added as well, but they didn't really bog it down too crazy. And I just want to go over some of the main features. I don't want to go through everything. There were a lot of changes, but I'm going to go through some of the main ones. Now with the FaceTime, they actually brought group FaceTime, which is amazing. You can FaceTime with up to 32 people. And you can do voice calls, you can do group FaceTime voice calls as well. With the iPhone 6, 5S, and iPhone 6 Plus, those specific iPhones do not support group FaceTime. But if you have an iPhone 10, then you're good. And it's pretty simple and straightforward to set up, but I'll make a separate video on this channel on how to set up group FaceTime, so that's always an option. The second thing I want to talk about is actually within settings too. So if you open up settings, you can see that we have a couple new toggles right here. We have do not disturb, that's a new one, and we have screen time as well. And this is such an awesome little thing they put in, and it pretty much shows you a breakdown of pretty much what you're using your phone. So as you can see, I did a lot of social networking today. I did a lot of entertainment. I did some creativity and some other stuff too. But you can see how it tells me what I'm using my phone for and whether I need to increase or decrease my usage. And if you actually click on it, you can go a little bit further and see the apps that I'm using, how many times I'm picking up my phone per hour, the notifications I'm getting, all these different things. And it's actually really, really cool. And it actually makes weekly reports of your thing, and you can actually look at it and see your usage. As you can see, I don't use my phone too much in the morning, but during the day you can see I use my phone a lot. I use my phone a lot when I'm working out too, which is not a good thing to do. If you click up here, you can see your last 7 days. And you can see everything you use. As you can see, the most app that I use is YouTube Studio because I have to publish these videos. But really, everything is pretty straightforward, and I really do think I'm going to use this thing a lot. This is one of my favorite features. And they also did add a new toggle, the widget toggle, into the widget, so you can actually add the screen time toggle here, so you can kind of get a glimpse of what you're using your phone and all those different things, and I like that a lot. Another thing they added was group notifications. I'm not going to show you any of my private stuff, but pretty much what it does, it just groups down all your notifications. So if you get a ton of messages, a ton of Snapchats, a ton of all those things, it'll just show you in blocks of those specific things. So it's not going to show you like 30,000 different of those messages. It's just going to show you a block of messages, a block of Snapchats. You can click on them to expand them, and you can go from there. So I like that a lot. You guys have to give it a try. It's like really, really awesome. And that's one of my favorite features of iOS 12. But probably my most favorite feature of iOS 12 is probably Siri shortcuts. And they made a separate app for it. And if you go and update your phone and you don't have it, I would recommend going into the App Store and either typing up shortcut, I spelled it wrong, and clicking on the app of the day. Or you can type in workflow as well, and you can get the same thing. As long as it's an app that looks like that, but you can go ahead and click it. And pretty much what this allows you to do is set up certain voice actions, and once you call Siri and tell her to do whatever, you can tell her to say, hey, I'm going to work. And you can set it so it'll automatically like text your significant other, your wife or your husband, and it'll tell them, oh, your spouse is going to work, and it can go ahead and open up messages and go and play your favorite song at the same time, and all those different things. And you can set it to do all that. Now, there's only a certain amount of things you can do now, but I do believe over with updates that they're going to add more onto this. That's a really cool thing. You can search up here, but this is probably one of my most favorite updates, one of my most favorite parts of this update. Now, in terms of performance and everything, I didn't really use this phone too much on iOS 11, but I can tell you from my experience, I think it's very fast. I think it's very good in performance. I don't really have any problems with it. But so I will say performance is pretty much the same, I would assume. I've run it on all the betas. I don't have any random glitches anymore or anything, so I still think this phone is very good in performance, in my opinion. Another thing I want to hit on is battery life. I don't think iOS 12 inherently improved the battery life like crazy. I do think maybe there is a little bit of upgrade there, but I think overall, if you're expecting to upgrade and expect like 30 more hours of battery life, I don't think you're going to get it. I think it's going to stay pretty much the same, but it might get a little improved as well. So there might be a little bit of an improvement, but I think for the most part, it's going to stay the same, maybe improve a little bit, but that's just kind of my take on it. But I will have a battery test coming out tomorrow or the day after on this channel, as well as all the other iPhones as well, so then I can go ahead and test them further and see how long they last with the screen on, and maybe I'll do some low power mode tests and see how long that lasts too. But that is pretty much where I'm going to go from, and basically how I want to sum up is, if you have an iPhone 10, if you have any other iPhone that supports iOS 12, I would really recommend you guys to update. But at the same time, if you're on iOS 11.4.1 or anything, I would just tell you guys to update right now. But the only reason I would tell you guys not to update would probably be if you want to retain your jailbreak, or if you want to get a jailbreak as soon as possible. I think there's going to be an 11.4 to 11.4.1 jailbreak coming out soon, and so you can wait for that. I don't know when an iOS 12 jailbreak is going to come. I don't think it's going to come anytime soon, maybe in a couple weeks or a couple months or whenever, but that's really the only reason I would recommend you guys to stay. But for everyone else, man, I say go ahead and update on your iPhone 10. It's nothing like iOS 11, at least the beginning of iOS 11. It's super stable, and I have a really good time with it. And that is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button on this channel. I need to get 1,000 subscribers on the channel very, very soon. So if you guys could hit that, that'll mean so much. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My main channel, my Twitter, my Instagram, all that stuff is down there. I would really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.